crazy than a motherfucker. Let me see. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Uh, wow. What's up, Janet? What's up, Lady Miss? Hopefully, you guys are doing good. I'm just over here trying to figure out what just happened uh, to my. Wow. Trying to figure out what happened to my camera. Okay, let me try to see something. Let me see. It seems like my camera froze just earlier. When I was looking down. I don't know what. Wait a minute. What do Let me see. Appearance. No, it's not that. Hmm. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we are. What the fuck is this? I don't get what just happened. Uh, I don't even. What? Uh, what's going on? Yeah, it's frozen. That's what I'm seeing. I'm like wondering what's. Do I deactivate it? I mean, okay, what the fuck is it? Okay, all right. Yo, um, I apologize, but how y'all doing? It's your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media, and appreciate y'all having the patience. I don't know, like, uh, I was just, screwing around with the controls, and everything's right here. So I was just like trying to figure out what was what, and I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know, but you know, but the top one is moving. There you go. That's because it's. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank y'all for your patience. But yeah, Lady Miss, I want to tell you, thank you for your recommendations. You've been on point. I appreciate you. Um, Much props to you, and you sharing things with us as we're doing the live stream. Man, I tell you what, you're a blessing. So I just want to say you thank you for looking out for us, And just want to give a shout out to everybody else, and I appreciate you, Janet. Thank you. Says have a great show. Yo, Janet's always awesome. I appreciate you, Janet. So, today there's been a lot of things going on. Yo, I definitely appreciate you. There's been a lot of shit going on, and basically, come to find out, Paramount won the bidding wars between Paramount and Netflix and over Warner Brothers, and Paramount ended up being the winner out of all this, coming out of left field. And as I reported yesterday, I was saying that Netflix came with $83 billion. I stand to be corrected. It was $82 billion. And yes, Paramount had their proposal down for $108 billion, and they rose it to $111 billion. Netflix bowed out, and it looks like Paramount's the winner, which for different reasons I will give my reasons as to why. I feel like this is the better deal, even though a lot of people would probably beg to differ that they preferred for Netflix to have gotten Warner Brothers. I don't think so. But I figured if anything, I was hoping we could check out this video. This is Critical Drinker. And honestly, man, I love Critical Drinker, and wanted to see what he thought about this thing here happening. He dropped it 7 hours ago, and I was like, well, shit. Let's see what he got to say. Let's go.
Well, stick me in a dress and call me Shirley, because this story seems to have more twists and turns than an Agatha Christie novel. Just when you thought it was all over, along comes a last-minute play to completely change the game. It seemed like only yesterday I was reporting on the sale of Warner Brothers to Netflix after an intense bidding war with Paramount in a $100 billion mega deal that seemed to signal a shift in the balance of power in Hollywood's. The beginning of the end for both the studio system and the theatrical release model, as all the
I gotta say, Hollywood in its inception, it's still fairly a new thing. Only been around for a little over 100 years. Yeah, for us, that's almost a lifetime or two. But in the concept of it all, the movie, the theatrical movie experience is still a new thing, and that's with all its with all its advancements throughout time, and people doing things to make watching anything, whether it's television or movies or or anything else, a pleasant thing from the way it started versus to where it's at now. And I would have to say that from what I've heard, what Netflix was getting ready to do with Warner Brothers, honestly, it would have doomed the theatrical experience as we know it, which is actually at a decline. So this is actually a pretty good thing, in my opinion, So, but let's see what Drinker has to say.
The major players were slowly being gobbled up and absorbed into the streaming giants. But then Paramount took a look at the situation and decided...
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
And promptly upped their bid to a frankly ludicrous $111 billion, at which point Netflix decided, yeah, fuck that bro, we're out. And just...
Netflix said, fuck that, bro, we're out. Boy, I love the Drinker. That was some funny shit. Wow. Whew. That's interesting. Like, you know, like I said, it's $111 billion. See? Yeah. 82 billion. Yeah. There you go, right there. Including debt. Okay. Yeah, 82 billion. Wow. You know, the crazy part about this, like I said yesterday, why was David Zaslav so hungry? You know, he was so dead locked on 82 billion and was trying to keep the shareholders from the 108 billion. I don't get that. Man, I don't know. I don't know. And I've heard other things as well. So it's interesting. Very interesting.
Just like that, Paramount had pulled victory from the jaws of defeat, seeing off Netflix in an exercise of raw financial power. But what the hell does this even mean for the future of filmmaking, theatrical releases, and the massive slate of IPs and divisions under the Warner Brothers umbrella? Because let's not mince words here, Paramount now control a pretty massive slice of the media landscape.
Yo, hey, Lady Miss, I know you have to see this shit.
Because
HBO Max, CNN, CBS, DC Studios, the Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, MTV.
Let's not mince words here. Paramount now control a pretty
Showtime, TNT, Comedy Central, TCM, Turner Classic Movies. Wow, look at that shit, boy. Harry Potter, DC Comics,
slice of the
Game of Thrones, The Lord of the Rings, Transformers. Holy shit. Look, man, this is incredible. I'm not gonna lie, this is incredible. Just to see that
media landscape.
SpongeBob, Avatar,
not just
Mission Impossible, Mortal Kombat,
and IPs,
The Conjuring, Star Trek,
movies and TV,
A Quiet Place, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
shows, but news network.
Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Beetlejuice. Man. Yo, Vigilante Williamson, what's up, brother? How's it going? How did Warner Brothers fail with all these high and you know what? Brother, let me you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm going to tell you some of the realest shit, man. There's a story, right? I bet we can Google and basically kind of like go down the rabbit hole, right? And see what twists and turns Warner Brothers took to get themselves to the point where they've been sold off 4 times. Yeah, I appreciate you, looking at it 4 times in the last like 15, 20 years or whatever the fuck, right? My thing is, and I don't know if the stories are different, but I wonder with Warner Brothers, I wonder what happened with, and I bet you we can just Google it and see the history of what the fuck they did or what was what. MGM is another one. Fox is another one. Man, Fox and MGM. MGM's been around as long as Warner Brothers. Paramount, I'm not too sure. Then you got Fox. I mean, come on, man. 20th Century Fox. The only one that hasn't like Universal is the only one that I see that's still like standing and not trying to be like, they're not buying anybody, and for what I'm understanding, they're not trying to be bought. I bet you Universal Studios has a little something to do with that, because I'm hearing when people don't even want to fucking go to Disney World or whatever the fuck in Florida, they're going to Universal. You know, my bad, bro. Let me see what you're saying here. Lady Miss says, and that's why for all that is already made, you better have your own hard copies, because soon they may not exist. You know, I was gonna kind of go watch a video that Fanscene made about and this, I wanted to watch it yesterday. We'll check it out today, and it's talking about the level of where physical media is at right now, and that either, you know, and that even adds to your point. The thing is, one or two things is going to happen with physical media, with, let's say, with Warner Brothers, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it was Fanzine or not, but I remember a video I watched being made about how Warner Brothers, if I'm not mistaken, just signed a deal with, was it Warner Brothers? I could be wrong. I thought signed a deal with like a distribution deal, kind of with a DVD company that presses like special covers or whatever, and they were hired to release X amount of DVDs in the library that's never been released to the public. And it was a good thing for physical media, because these are a company that was willing to take on the task of doing, like, pressing, like making the covers, pressing the DVDs and everything else, and basically doing all that work that, Warner Brothers or whoever the company, I'm trying to remember who they were, doing the hard work of them even have to deal with that shit. And then plus it gives us, some new shit to watch, or basically some new shit to buy that's never been released. So yeah, that's that. And I do agree, because now they have the choice of not, I bet you out of all this shit, Paramount now has the choice of what they want us to watch. What happens if all this shit just ends up on Paramount Plus? Let's say they just, I don't think it'd be a good idea to kill WB, as it is. I think they should let WB keep running as a company, just change up the bullshit. Like, let's clean house, man. Let's get the trash out. Basically, for what I'm understanding, now that the Ellisons, they got Paramount, I heard they're planning to clean house with Star Trek. If that's the case, please do the same shit for all the other franchises like that Warner Brothers controls, along with the other shits that you're trying to like get right in-house with Paramount shits. You understand what I'm saying? Like, dude, and even if that means getting rid of fucking James Gunn, don't fucking get rid of him, man. His Superman ain't worth the fuck anyway. Come on, man. Let's be real. Like, fuck that shit. They didn't know what. It seems like Warner Brothers didn't know what they were doing, or they just made bad investments, or I don't know. You know, to be honest, what hurt a lot of people more is whatever the fuck they decided to do during COVID. COVID either helped your business out or it fucked you. It did one of the two. If you were a business that stayed a business during COVID, you either did better or you gotten worse. There's no middle. There's no in between with that shit. Because you either profited off of it or from it, or basically the whole thing in its entirety crushed your business. There's no in between. There's no in between. You know, that's just what it is. Oh, yeah. Says Vigilante says I guess it's for since 2001. Yeah, I feel you officially. Yup. What's up, Low Spec? My brother, man. I appreciate you being here, man. He says instead of printing money, they just seem to be burning it. They seem to be burying IPs with suck. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like I was saying yesterday, Vince Vaughn was saying, hey, the reason why we're seeing all these IPs being turned to shit through the reboots and remakes and the reimaginings and all this other stuff is because nobody wants to take a chance with releasing new shit. The reason why is because if the new shit fails, it's the execs and the people who gave it the green light that'll get, this is, look at the time, this 2026. If your shit's whack, the world's gonna let you know in a matter of seconds. So the fact that the backlash could be hard and swift all at once, look, they use an existing IP so that if something goes wrong, they can just say, hey, it's the IP. Nobody doesn't like fucking Star Trek no more. That's why, like right now, with Starfleet Academy, people, right now, if they're gonna have anything to blame, they're gonna blame the decline of Star Trek. They're not gonna say, well, Starfleet Academy, was fucking good, but Star Trek sucks, so now our fucking show failed. Nah. Star Trek is fucking cool as fuck, man. Star Trek is fucking dope, man. You like you scrub JJ shits and everything after it. You just scrub all that. Star Trek is fucking dope. The only thing I give props to is fucking Picard season 3. That's that dude tried, man, and it was fucking good. Other than that, everything that came out since JJ Trek is garbage. But now that people's not watching Starfleet Academy, of course, Star Trek is to blame. Not the people that greenlit Starfleet Academy, not the people that wrote the script or the directors or whatever. It just changes the game, man. It's whack. Everybody saying what's up. It says Vigilante says Warner has some janky DVDs historically because apparently their old plant was trash. Yeah, I've seen all kind of videos on that. The thing is, I think once I go through all those fucking boxes, like all those thousands of Blu-rays and especially the DVDs that I got, I think I'm gonna find something that I'll probably pop in and is gonna be fucked up of like the DVDs being I forgot what the term of it was when the DVDs just fuck up, but to be honest, DVDs fuck up the most when you have them stored fucked up. You know, like DVDs, really like DVDs, comic books, newspapers, anything like that that you want to store properly. You can't put that shit in a garage or a fucking attic or in the fucking basement. You don't do that to that kind of shits, man. Your shit got to be somewhere that, you know, that is cool, or, you know, it could have some, you know, air to breathe. Like, it, you know, you put it somewhere hot. You like think about when you see old newspapers that have been in the garage. What happens? It's you know, they turn color. You know, they what they call it, oxidation or whatever the fuck. They turn yellow. So right along with that, turning yellow, there's other things that turn different colors. It's just, yeah. So a lot of that, the DVDs being all fucked up, sometimes you have to question how they were stored. That's all I'm trying to. I know I'm preaching to the choir, man. Lady Miss says Capitol Records produced memorabilia, album covers, often featuring bold graphics and photography. Yeah, Capitol Records was the shit back in the day. I agree. Like yeah, that definitely the shit. Lady Miss, I agree. They used to do some good shit. Columbia Records known for also innovative designs and collaborations with famous artists. And Vigilante says true, but Warner Brothers been selling since before COVID. But that definitely was a death blow. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that, man. And Lady Miss says we need more independent creators that are not backed by corporations. You know, and that's the thing. Once a corporation's involved, I apologize about that. I live right across the street from train tracks. So I apologize about that, y'all. I know y'all heard that shit. I hear it too. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is, a corporation would just take, you know, what you created and fucking, you know, they won't treat it the same, you know, and that's basically like, example, that's what Disney did to George Lucas's Star Wars. They took his shit and just fucking, that's a corporation buying practically almost one of the best IPs or whatever the fuck ever made, you know, that printed money. They just took that shit, killed the lore of it, and try to give it back to us. Like, here, this is your, you know, Star Wars, but with the Disney shits. Now you take that. Like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't worth the fuck, man. Like, come on, like, that's crazy. LOL, trains coming for you. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I tell you what, if them shits would have jumped the track, then you might be talking about something right there. Like, if that shit's real bad, depending on the speed, yeah, I could see one of them shits, you know, coming this way. Just being real, like that's just like, it's fucked up, but yeah, but look, like, and again, like, this is this list is Paramount's and Warner Brothers shits combined, but when you look at it entirely, yikers, yeah, I know, right? That shit is like, ooh, shit. But you look at what Paramount and Warner Brothers has, this is
Works as well. What are they?
Did I see Gremlins and Dora the Explorer? That's right. That's right. Warner Brothers did have Gremlins. What's up, Classics? What's up, brother? What's good, man? I'm just sitting here chilling, looking at what Critical Drinker has to say about the Warner, Paramount Warner Brothers merger. So,
Gonna do with all this power and influence?
I know, right? This is crazy. So, we're just talking, different things within the context of, the video. Lady Miss
to answer that question,
and
you should
Vigilante were actually making good points about, what's going to happen with physical media. Vigilante was making a good point of like, dry rotted. That's the fucking term. Okay, he was making a good point about the DVDs being dry rotted because they were, made in a fucked up warehouse, which I think, what it is they did the process fucked up, and yeah, it damaged some stuff, and along with it, I heard that the way people care about things, like you're not supposed to put electronics in a garage. You're not supposed to put like VHS tapes, cassette tapes that you put just to play music. You don't put that. You don't put vinyl in heat. You don't see. The thing is, it's like people just take stuff and they put it in places, and when shit don't work anymore or shit's dry rotted, a lot of people, even sometimes they'll make videos and do all this shit, but they don't even talk about how the fuck did I, keep this shit. They'll just bring it in the house, make a video, put it out there, and be like, oh, okay, let me show this, blah, blah, blah. But if you really looked at the entirety of how this person really kept their shit, you'd be like, well, damn, I can see why your shit fell apart. But there's that part, along with WB having their DVDs made kind of fucked up, to be honest. So, it's like shit. But again, I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that this happened.
Probably consider the man at the top of this particular pyramid, David Ellison, the billionaire owner of Paramount Skydance and the son of Larry Ellison, the world's third richest man with a net worth of almost $250 billion.
So Dad's worth $250 billion by himself. Okay, so now I understand why when they were saying like, hey, Larry Ellison was going to back this money up in such a way that, this shit was going to be concrete as fuck. Now we know why. The third richest man in the world. I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know that, man. That's just crazy. The third richest man in the world. Lady Miss. What's up, girl? He says, I have some DVDs that are over 40 years old. And they've worked great and have no scratches on them. It's, honestly, when you think about it, if they have no scratches and they work great, it's probably how you kept them in condition. You didn't have them out in the garage or in the fucking attic with the raccoons or some shit. Like you had them on a shelf or treat them properly. You don't mishandle them and then that's another thing. It's like you'd be surprised what heat does to a lot of shit. If look, whatever you own, if you have it out there in the weather, expect for something to happen. And a lot of people don't think about that. Oh, it was in the garage. Oh, it was in the attic. Oh, it was in the basement. Unless your shit is air conditioned and you got shit sealed off and your the raccoon is not hanging out with your DVDs. Shit.
fuck.
Ellison started in the industry by founding Skydance Media back in 2006 with nothing more than a little elbow grease, some can-do attitude, and yes, a massive infusion of money from his dad's. What can I say, man? Having the world's third richest man as your father probably has a few perks.
Lady Miss says, nah, they were well cared for, and I don't let anyone touch them. Exactly. You know, the whole thing about, you know, like, I'm just gonna be honest. The only people I really let touch anything, like, with trusting hands is a person that understands what they're touching. One thing I was taught is nobody's gonna care more about your shit than you. And only a true collector that understands like how to collect, how to fuck up something, how if you let, you know, a true collector has collected something that they let somebody touch, that, you know, when they were looking, some kid grabbed, like some fuck shit happened. A person that's ever collected anything, that cared about collecting anything, had somebody invade their shit, or they thought that someone in good standing would understand how to, you know, handle something, and have that person just fucking annihilated. I've been there before, and anybody that's collected anything that was worth anything has had somebody fuck up their shit. So, you know, after so long of collecting stuff, and you understand habits and how people do shit, and how kids and other folks who, oh, it'll be okay, I could, and know how they, you know, you get to be like, hey, wait a minute, you know, you got to be selective, and it takes one to know one. And some people will never understand. People wonder how I have shit for decades, and I have it looking like whatever I have was just created yesterday. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect, you know, person that collects. Hell, I even fucked up some of my own shit. Sitting there reading a fucking high dollar comic, fall asleep, wake up, and the fucking comic is fucking stuck to your face. And you're like, oh, fuck. You done smashed it up. You done slept on it and all. You done slept on it and the whole shit. Look, so I'm just saying, like, I've fucked up my own shit. As a kid, growing up, even as an adult, I've made a mistake, and oh shit, I done ripped something, tore something, or did something fucked up, and, you know, even to today, be still kicking myself in the ass. But you live and you learn, and it takes for a collector to have collected enough to understand the bumps and bruises of trying to keep your shit legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so out of, you know, just experience, I've had enough heartaches with collecting all kinds of shit that I'm very particular on who I let, you know, handle stuff. You know, just saying. You know, just been there. Lady Miss says, oops. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I fucked up some stuff, man. I mean,
Anyway, fast forward a couple of decades, and David was keen to expand his business empire, and one quick and efficient way to do that was to buy out the struggling Paramount Pictures, which was the studio equivalent of a fixer-upper. It had...
You know, at least Star Trek is first on the list. I think Star Trek's going to come back. I think a lot of shit's going to... maybe not. I think some things are going to come back. And I think some people hopefully may understand the importance of taking these IPs and basically going back to like a default setting. Not keeping them shits the way they are now. Top Gun, yeah, you can keep Top Gun the way it is. Rugrats, I don't remember anything being fucked up about Rugrats. I heard Scream 7 sucks. Paw Patrol, I heard kids still love it. I still see their shits. I don't give a damn if it's a dollar store, Five Below. I don't care if it's Target or Marshalls. I don't care if it's clothes, toys, games. I don't give a shit. Kids still love Paw Patrol, man. Ninja Turtles. Well, I mean, IDW still doing their comic books, but still love the Turtles, man. They're not, some people don't like some of the, the newer movies. I thought they were decent. They, that shit could have been worse. And yeah, that's all I can say. It could have been worse. So the newest live action Ninja Turtle movies are not as bad as what it could have been, and it's not as bad as what I've seen. So, maybe that's a non-answer, but it is what it is. Paramount Pictures, Mission Impossible. Oh, The Naked Gun. I love The Naked Gun, man. I miss Leslie Nielsen, man. The Godfather, The Titanic. Holy shit. Oh, so Paramount owns all of Nickelodeon. Huh.
Lots of valuable IPs and networks under its control, but years of bad decisions and corporate restructures.
Bad decisions and corporate restructures is what was the downfall of WB to get them into this position that there are. What's funny is I always saw that WB has always sold themselves to a company that was also in some shit as well. Like, how can you be like going through some financial shit and buy a company that's also going through the same shit, and then you inherit their debts as well? Like, what the fuck is that? I don't get it. Yeah, MTV. Oh, they own MTV too? And Friday the 13th, that's right. Terminator, G.I. Joe, The Ring. Lady Miss, a good place to get comics, CDs, and DVDs were at a garage sale. You can pick some like new stuff for a few dollars, and not sure if that's still true. Actually, it is. You can go to garage sales and actually find some shit. The thing is, if the people have the time and the patience to like drive, look. You can go on like Facebook, Craigslist. There's a thing out here that they have in Houston called the Green Sheet. The Green Sheet is like a little public. They're different. They're different depending on which area you live in. So if it's if you're on the north side, they'll make a green sheet with things on the north side. If you're on the south side, they'll make one specifically for the south side, and but they they don't make one publication for everyone. They make it accordingly to what area that you're in. So they're all different. But they come out every month and they put them in all the different gas stations. And when you look through it, you can find people that are like hiring for jobs, people that are renting places. If you're interested in buying stuff, and also like garage sales and different places that are like doing things around the city. Now, if you have like a car and you have the patience to go around and see who has what, knowing that it'll be a hit or miss, shit, that's the kind of shit I would like to do. If I had like actually like the money, to do that kind of shit, and I think it would make for great content. To go around and just see what you find. And I mean, whether it's a garage sale or a pawn shop, because pawn shops have different ones have different things going on. You'd be surprised on on what you may find. So, but I tell you what, that was a very good suggestion right there. And there are still garage sales, depending on the individual and what they have. Yeah, they might have comic books. They might have some old toys, some DVDs, you name it. You know, you never know what you'll find. And it's all about the thrill of the hunt. It's all about the thrill of the hunt. So, yeah, you know, it's just going out there and going on an adventure and trying to see what, you know, what you may find. You never know. You never know. So, yeah, I like that. I'm down with that shit right there.
Meant that it no longer had the resources and
They own CBS too. They own Showtime and BET. Holy shit. I didn't know that. Always get some great stuff. Yep. And thrift stores is another place too. You'd be surprised.
confidence to exploit them. That's great and all, but you might think that the FCC would have a thing or two to say about such a huge merger of corporations, especially when it comes to news channels like CBS on the line. Not to worry though, because as it turns out, David is good pals with the man in the White House, and I kinda like to imagine...
You know what? Because they tried to get him involved. They tried to get the president involved. I saw that. And the president was like, man, from what I heard, he was rooting for Paramount. Not bad. See, the thing is, the bad part about it, a lot of people are going to try to go against this deal. Not because it's a bad deal. Not because Paramount wants to save theaters. Not because none of this shit. It's because of his involvement. And we're talking about the president. Just because of Trump's involvement in this. Or, you know, or to say that he has some kind of influence on what may happen, you know, with this and everything else. A lot of people, and believe it or not, it's already happening right now. I've already seen maybe 2 or 3 articles. I didn't read them because I was like, holy shit. People are already trying to call to undo the deal or just to prevent the deal from happening. All because of Donald Trump. And I think that's wrong as fuck. Like, they don't even give a fuck about what Netflix was going to do. They don't give a fuck about if the theaters were going to shut down. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Yo, the president is friends with this guy. Hey, we got to stop this guy for fucking owning Warner Brothers. Why? It's because of who he knows. And that's wrong. It's fucked up. You know, the fact that Netflix was almost going to be the owners of Warner Brothers, Trump didn't even say anything or like say, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he said, you know, however which way, you know, shit happens, I'm not going to get involved. You know, I could respect that. So even if it would have went to Netflix, he would have let it be. So if that's the case, why is it a problem if he's letting it be when Paramount's the winner now? And that's the shit I don't get. So now that Paramount's winning and he's friends with Trump, oh shit, Paramount's the problem. We got to stop this from happening. That's bullshit.
And the conversation played out something like this.
What do you want?
Hey Don, any chance you could lean on the FCC and get them to approve that Skydance merger for me? I sure would appreciate it, buddy.
I don't know about that, Dave. People might have questions.
Well, if you could make this happen, I'll fire everyone at CBS and replace them with people who only say nice things about you.
Consider it done.
Cheers, bro. And so, approval was granted and the deal went ahead.
Oh shit. Wow, just like that, huh? That was funny as fuck. Wow. That's just crazy. That's funny. That's funny.
Paramount became Paramount Skydance, and David set his sights on his next target, Warner Brothers, another studio with a shitload of potential and a ton of IPs that it's mostly too stupid or too incompetent to properly exploit.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering, like, how do we get here? Like, how do we get to this place that this guy here is fucking... He's I mean, I know how we got here, but I still don't get it. This is bad. This is bad. It's like I need to hit up the pawn shops. You know what? When you hit up the pawn shops, I'll go with you. James Gunn is the worst. You know what, brother? I'll tell you this, Vidge. Look. He reminds me of J.J. Abrams. He's like a one-trick pony kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? He's known for like set thing. And he only delivers set thing one way. And everything he touches. See, now, I'll tell you this. I don't know if you guys ever played Lollipop Chainsaw, right? If you guys don't know what Lollipop Chainsaw is, you guys can look it up, you know what I'm saying? Lollipop Chainsaw is a video game that came out for the Xbox 360. It was just remastered about a year and a half ago and released without James Gunn's involvement. But the original Lollipop Chainsaw was written by James Gunn. So the whole video game is scripted by James Gunn. Now, the game itself, it's, you know, you could find the regular version for what, $10, $15, which for an Xbox 360 game is whatever. But the other versions, like they have like the more they have a version with all the DLCs, and they got a Valentine's Day version and all this other shit. Those games are going for like 100, 150, $200 or whatever the fuck the guy that owns it is trying to sell it for. That game is good. The script is good. The storyline is good. The story's interesting. You know, if you guys could ever play it, I recommend, you know, you playing it. So he's done that, right? And of course, he's the script writer for the Dawn of the Dead remake with Mekhi Phifer and Vin Rhames and all of that. That was a fucking good movie. And it's directed by Zack Snyder. That's why I don't get why, like, this is, you know, Zack Snyder, James Gunn bullshit. If these guys were cool when they fucking made the movie and never had no beef since, that's why I don't get it. Whatever, man. It's probably studio and Hollywood politics along with all that bullshit. I bet it's all that stuff, a little bit of all that sprinkled in. That, you know, they seem to be assumably to be friends, but their fandoms are fucking beefing. Whatever the fuck. You know, it's just whatever. But Dawn of the Dead was good. Galaxy was good. 2 and 3 is, it's all right, whatever. And then it's like everything feels, and if you look at like Lollipop Chainsaw is the beginnings of James Gunn. The script writing, like if you, and again, as you play the game, you can see that he has this thing. He's from Trauma, so he has like this degeneracy about himself when he fucking films shit, and that's why his things are so like off, dog. If you think about how Dawn of the Dead was written, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but without the zombies and all the real hardcore like wild shit that was in it, like the baby being the zombie or whatever. You cut out all the hardcore shit. You have Guardians of the Galaxy. You think about it. That's what you have. Every character that survived all the way to the end, you can see depicted. Like the characteristics are the same kind of people that are in Guardians of the Galaxy, that are in the Suicide Squad. It's your ragtag of all these motherfuckers, these kind of people that James Gunn loved having in his movies. That's what you saw in Dawn of the Dead. The same shit. Vigilante says, what's that? Great comparison. Nothing wrong with One Trick Pony until you ask them to do another trick. And that's where Superman came in at. That other trick was Superman. And that was to see if he can actually do something different. That is opposite of all the degenerate shit that he's about. And what does he do? He bastardizes that shit with, the parents doing all that fuck shit and talking about, oh, we want you to just, take over the planet and smash all the women so you can have, you can have a new Krypton and shit. What the fuck? That's James Gunn, like basically stirring the pot with his dick. You see what I'm saying? Like this is how he's stirring the pot. You know what I'm saying? He trying to stir the pot with old meat stick. Fuck that ladle. Oh, I got that ladle for you. Put that pot down. Let me stir this motherfucker up like this here. All that degenerate shit, that's him. How could he not make something without that bullshit? And that was what everybody was wondering. Can this guy really fucking do this shit the way it was supposed to be done? And the answer is motherfucking no. Fuck no. Goddamn, Superman needs a whole group of motherfuckers and he's the one getting his ass whooped the whole movie? He got kicked in his nuts and got called the bitch. Come on, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You gonna do Superman like that? Get the fuck out of here, man. And then the thing is, and this is, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but fuck it. What I don't get is why the fuck he thought he was better with his script writing or whatever the fuck. Why he thought that what was in his head and what he thought he can conjure up in his shits was better than what he could read in the best Superman DC comic. And we ain't talking that bullshit ass comic book that he says, oh, this comic, what the fuck was that comic? Superman, some bullshit. Okay, it ain't the best Superman comic. He don't know what good is. I'll even take it a step further. I think he's a fake ass comic book, like, oh, I've been a comic book fan, me and my brothers going, no, he probably read one or two or whatever the fuck. His brothers probably had a couple that he, whatever. He was probably more of like the TV, probably video game shits, like he was more on some other shit. But for him to say, hey, I've been a Superman fan and I'm just a fan, I love comics, blah blah blah. For him to say that, which they all fucking say it, for him to say that and then show some other shit when it comes down to the production and he's filming it, and you don't see none of that real comic book shit that he said, my whole life I read about, I know this motherfucker, I love him. All that bullshit doesn't reflect in his whatever his script, his filming, none of that shit. So I don't see where the love of the fucking comic book shines in his reflection of it, man. And then Peacemaker, with gay orgies and cuck scenes with his own wife smashing John Cena. Yeah. That's that degenerate shit. And you know what's funny? James Gunn is about, look. All these comic book movies, right? Take bits and pieces of like comic books and put them together, like someone to say, okay, I'm the director, but I never read the comic book of the guy that I'm fucking making this comic book movie of. Never heard, I never read the character's comic, blah, blah, blah. He might hear about a storyline. He probably will Google it or whatever the fuck. And then make a loose adaptation of what the fuck he just Googled. But he'll do it in his own way. He'll change up the costume. He might race swap the character. It'll be like, a shell of what the fuck we see in the comic books, right? And then he'll add like extra stuff to the character that the character's not known for. And that's basically what this guy does. This is what he's done. And not only him, that's what they all do. And they think that they're smarter than the people that have actually built the lore of the character. It's like it's like someone. It's like someone, and it's like someone taking a Jack Kirby creation, right? And think that they can portray what Jack Kirby created better than Jack Kirby did through comic books. It's okay, Jack Kirby created this, he had an influence in this comic book, but I could make the live action version of this shit and make it better and more relatable and all this other shit than what Jack Kirby can never do. You're gonna outdo Kirby on Kirby's shit, using his own property and the whole nine, and you're trying to outdo the motherfucker that created it and think that you're gonna come with something more fucking grandstanding than the guy that fucking made it prominent to begin with. That's like Disney taking Star Wars and thought that they were gonna fucking mastermind that shit better than George Lucas without his involvement. They got fucked. FAFO. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They cooked themselves, bro. And with that, and that's what all these fucking people are doing. All of them. Every last one of them. They all do the exact same shit. They think that they're smarter and they're better, and they're more relatable, and they come up with a better script and a better story than the fucking people that, as good as Captain America Civil War was, that story's not better than the actual comic that it came from. The Secret Wars movie, that Avengers Secret Wars that's going to come out, it might be good. It ain't going to be better than the original Secret Wars. Not even. And what I don't get is, when are these fucking people going to learn that you're making movies off of storylines that people made that were famous and resonated with all of us, and you think you're gonna beat this guy to the punch with his own shit? Are you fucking stupid? And then your script ends up being whack, your movie goes to shit, and everybody's laughing you out of the fucking theater, and you wonder why. James Gunn, you wonder why. And all these other motherfuckers, you wonder why. They all wonder why. What? Motherfucker, you thought you was better than the people that fucking made all these stories. It's like somebody making a live action Bane thinking they're gonna fucking outdo fucking Chuck Dixon and come on. You have to be fucking smoking something. You think you're gonna make a live action Bane movie and think you're gonna have more of an impact than when Bane actually came out and was the hardest fucking villain in fucking DC? You got to be out your fucking mind, man. And that's the shit I don't understand about these people, man. They'll sit there and they know the stories are out there, but they think they can fucking glue one or two storylines together and then add their own shit, and that is gonna carry them over to be better than the fucking comic book. I don't even understand, man. That's like somebody fucking doing Harry Potter and thinking that they're gonna blow JK out the water with her own shits. I don't get it. I don't see how people have the audacity. That shit is wild. And that's the problem that Hollywood is having. And that's why when it comes to a lot of this comic book superhero shits, there a lot of them are fucking failing.
And funnily enough, another news network in need of reconfiguring.
Ahoy there?
Don, it's me again. Listen, you know how you pulled some strings at the FCC for that Paramount merger? Well, I could use your help again. I'm buying Warner Brothers this time.
I don't know if I can do this a second time, Dave.
They have CNN.
We've got a deal.
The upshot of all this is that I wouldn't expect too many regulatory hurdles for this particular deal, and if you happen to be a big fan of CNN...
You'll be seeing a lot of changes around here.
But what does it mean?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still on the first video. And I have a whole line of shits. Ain't that something? I mean, but look, I'm sorry, y'all. I was just saying, like, it just, the face-off clip, yup. LOL, there you go.
For the entertainment side of things, which is what we're really interested in here. Well, based on Ellison's previous...
You know what's fucked up? I own almost every movie that's on this thing. Except for a couple. Like Terminator Dark Fate can fuck off. And a lot of the 2023 and 2024 stuff at the bottom, no. But a lot of stuff at the top, yeah. Jack Reacher, Baywatch, Mission, yeah. I mean, Rise of the Beast. Some of them okay or whatever, yeah. But yeah. Fly Boys was good. True Grit, I like that. Guilt Trip was funny. I love all the Mission Impossible movies, even the ones that people don't even fucking like. I like them, man. Why? Because if you look at the alternative is shit. So I'd rather watch Mission Impossible, even if it's their worst fucking movie. I'd rather watch their worst fucking movie than whatever the fuck else is out there. Why? Because I know at least Tom Cruise tried to put his heart into it, even if everybody didn't like it. He tried, which is going to say more than everything else is out. So, I'm sorry, man.
Work as a producer for Skydance, it's not difficult to see where his creative sensibilities lie. He's very much an action guy, with a heavy lean-in towards male-driven properties with traditional heroes, and how can I put this? I don't think he's exactly a big fan of The Message. In fact, considering Paramount Plus is rapidly turning into the Taylor Sheridan network, I think it's fair to say this guy sees Middle America for what it is, a potentially huge market that's been badly neglected in recent years, mostly by people who absolutely hate them.
Man, what do you say to that? Good stuff. I like it.
For a moment, if there was a network that catered to their interests. Now, as you can probably surmise, the prospect of a multi-billionaire with conservative leanings merging two of the biggest studios in Hollywood together under his personal control went down about as well as expected with the usual crowds. Oh dear, it's...
Ain't gonna lie, that shit even had me like taken back a little bit. I was like, oh shit, the fuck? Yep. It's funny, that's what it's looking like online.
It's a bit scary when you don't have an absolute stranglehold on modern culture and have to compete with other creatives that don't share your particular worldview, isn't it? Pass me the world's smallest violin, will you? I mean, considering Ellison owns Paramount already, his first order of business should have been to nuke Kurtzman Trek from orbit, decanonize every show they've ever sharted out into the world, and have the entire secret hideout team forcibly escorted out of the building. Fuck it, you can just buy out their contract.
What's up, Vidge? Says not woke doesn't mean good. That's true. There's stuff that's not woke that, you know, and it's funny because that's a lot of TV before 2010. Look at TVs and movies before 2010. A lot of them weren't woke. Does that mean that they were good? Nah, it doesn't mean they were good either. So that doesn't mean bad either, but still, yeah, that's true. I agree. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but see, that's the thing that a lot of people got confused. I would have to say in the last like 7 years, 8 years, when we all started figuring out what was going on with pop culture, why things were looking the way they are, figuring out that there's this thing that shit's going woke. What the fuck does that mean? Well, it means this, that, and the other. And people started getting it confused of saying, well, at least it's not woke. And they would support something that just because it wasn't woke, they supported it like if it was worth the fuck. And then when you get to watching it, you're like, yeah, it's not woke, but this shit ain't the greatest thing either. So people started trying to have like differentiating, like, okay, I could sit there and I could respect that this shit is not woke, but is it good? And if it's not good, then that's a whole nother conversation then. So not only is it not woke, it's not good. So where does that leave us? It's not woke, but it's not good. Does that mean that I put my full support in this motherfucker, watch it, and tell everybody else, yo, y'all need to watch this shit? Why? Because it's not woke. You know? But
If you have to. It's not like you're short on money, but whatever you do, just get those useless retards out of there. But what about Warner Brothers' other IPs like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and the entire DCU?
still don't know what woke is. Lady Miss, yeah, oh man. That's for that's for another conversation. I'm just saying that's a whole nother rabbit hole on just the explanation of this. This whole conversation will be stuck with me not even like getting out of this one video. We'll so I'm thinking it's a catchword for anything a person doesn't like. Nah, it's not. It's more of like a particular kind of action and a particular kind of thing that you see in, movies and TVs and, video games, cartoons and different stuff that is only endorsed by certain individuals that portray certain kind of values that undermined either our values or the values of the IPs or the movies or the video games or the cartoons or the comic books that that's already been established. It's just like a whole nother thing. Sorry to go, chat GPT. Sorry to go, chat G. It's all good, brother. No, okay, I see what you're saying. It says woke. No, what it is, Vigilante was saying that he didn't mean to use chat GPT. He wasn't saying that he was leaving. That's why she said take care, Vigilante. That's funny. I got you. Well, it says woke is a code for cultural Marxism. Culture assumes a societal hierarchy based on the demographics and seeks to upend it. Sorry to go full chat. Yeah, it's all good, bro. I understand. He says the most common woke trope in pop culture was feminism and anti-male stuff. For example, murdering John Connor a few minutes into the Terminator 4 female protagonist. So things you don't agree with. Yeah, this is what's up, low spec? yeah, I know, man. This is Vigilante didn't say he was leaving. He was apologizing for sounding like Chat GPT. He was just, that's what he's like. Yeah, I feel you. All right, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. I apologize, man. I'm just trying to keep up. And low specs laughing over there. Oh, LOL. Yeah. That's. But yeah, it's yeah, but it's like it's for probably another stream. I'll try to figure out the best way to explain it to you without, not today though, but without like drawing it out and making it seem like repetitious and maniacal. It'll be in a very understandable way. I'll come on and explain it, and I might even have a couple videos that'll probably explain it better than I can, and we'll go through it, see what it truly means and why, what the uproar is about, and maybe like you'll see what the whole thing's about, and you'll but yeah. But I appreciate everybody's, honesty and everybody's participation in the chat by, speaking their 2 cents, because this is what it's all about. That's an oops for me. Nah, you're good, Lady Miss. You're all right. What's up, Linux? Low Spick Linux laptop. My man, he says it's calling master and slave hard drives racist because it's most accurately describes the situation and the act like a mechanical object is people. Yeah, I've seen that. He said I forgot about that. Low spinning. Yeah, yep. I've seen that happen too. So the it gets changed to father, son, and they cry patriarchy. So it ends up being parent child. Yeah, but like I said, it's a whole thing with that. Yeah,
Well, I'd be lying if I said I was disappointed they weren't going to fall under Netflix's control. I mean, Jesus, could you even begin to imagine what a Netflix adaptation of Lord of the Rings would look like? We may just have dodged the biggest bullet in entertainment history. Wouldn't get too comfortable in that Warner Brothers office if I were you, James. That being said, I'm not going to pretend that this is an ideal outcome by any stretch, and I don't particularly love the idea of independent studios merging together into homogenous mega corporations, because let's be honest, it's bad for competition and bad for creativity. But, on the other hand, if ever there was a definitive signal that the age of identity politics and the message has come to an end in Hollywood, I think this just might be it. The great experiment that's decimated pop culture for the past decade is well and truly over.
You know what? I never thought I would ever pause a video with this shit on my screen. You know what I'm saying? But I guess there's always a first, right? Oh, shit. It no longer describes hard drives' relationship to each other in any way. The true story from when woke invades open source project and a bunch of time wasted rewriting existing code for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, that's spoken in those terms. There were no winners of the Warner Brothers sweepstakes, just losers. No remake of Lord of the Rings. I know, right, Lady Miss? Holy shit. Let's not. That's. Man, that's the cry of soy. Holy shit. That's so whack. Let me grab me something to drink. I'll be right back. Kitchen right here. Ah, shit. All right, let's do it. So, shit. But yeah. It's time to wet in the old whistle. Oh shit, that's too funny. And he's back. That's what's up, man. Appreciate that. Did you freeze? Nah, I walked out of the room. I just took a little break real quick. Never mind, LOL WB.
Good fucking riddance. The only question now is when can the age of rebuilding begin? Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Man, good video, man. I ain't gonna lie. Thank God we got through this mug, right? Shit. Been at it for a hot minute. So, this was actually pretty good. Holy shit. No, I don't want that motherfucker. But, yeah, I love Drinker, man. Drinker's fucking dope, man. Drinker's dope. So, you know, it's funny today. Another fucking train coming. I could probably hear that motherfucker, huh? Now, there's been a lot of talk about what's getting ready to happen with Warner Brothers, right? And a lot of people are assuming that there's probably going to be a lot of lawsuits. If you're wondering what I mean by that, I think when a lot of people, I guess depending on what happens, let's say like if James Gunn, gets, they get rid of him, or let's say Peter Safran or whatever. You don't know if it'll be like Mike DeLuca or Pamela Amdy or, whatever the fuck her name is. Like, let's say like they get rid of them and some other folks. Showrunners, directors, producers, whatever the case may be, right? People that probably been signed on, projects that are probably like in pre-production or whatever the fuck, and Paramount basically gets a whiff of what Warner Brothers is getting ready to fart out, and basically press the button to stop everything in its tracks. Probably cut ties. You may even normally when something like this happens, what happens? They have a good one. I gotta set up my my NYU stream. All right, brother. Low Spec, you take it easy, man. You be safe. Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, have a good stream, man. And I can see some layoffs happening, I guess, is what I'm saying, to be more direct. Because I could see some layoffs happening. So, with that, people are claiming that there's probably going to be maybe some changing of the guards. And that's when I see like shit like this, right? Normally go to Cosmic Book News, check out some stuff. And I saw this. And in case you don't, this is Zack Snyder right here. I wish I knew how to fucking take my little picture and like put it down. I don't know how to do that shit. So I'm just gonna leave it where it's at and figure it out later. But yeah, like this right here. Paramount plans include big events. Snyderverse returns exclusive. Will James Gunn resign? Trump now owns Superman. Y'all see this shit? So, I'm gonna be real. Cosmic Book News has always been a decent a pretty good source for folks. But I don't know if this shit is actually what it is, or you know, like all this shit popped up today, so I don't know what to think of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask, you know, everybody. Let me ask y'all something. Do you really think that Zack Snyder's coming back right now? Do you think James Gunn will stick around? Or do you think Warner Brothers should just basically clean the slate and start fresh, giving everybody what they really want? I'm just curious to know. You know, honestly, it hasn't even been a full 24 hours, and this is what we're getting. So DC fans thinks James Gunn DCU is dead. We're cooked. Hope they can't change. Nope, they can't change. Yup. So just imagine if something wild like that happens, like James Gunn gets fired, Zack Snyder gets thrown right back into the mix. You know what's funny? People didn't even think that people didn't even think this was going to happen. So the fact that this happened, ain't no telling what the fuck else is about to happen, because just because of the turn of events doesn't mean that the circus hasn't stopped performing yet. They're still in the middle of their act. It'll be about another month or two before we start. Well, I heard they got plans for shit now. I don't know how far along they are with the plans, but I guess we'll see. You guys interested in seeing some of this shit?
These guys do not give me a break. We're at a point.
They deleted one of your messages? I hope they did, man, because I had changed the settings for all that. It says I want the source material honored. Yeah, clean the slate. Yeah, I agree, man. Yo, after the stream, I'll go back and see if anything changed with the settings, but everything should be good. Hopefully. Yeah, I think they should clean the slate, man. But then, if they clean the slate, how many projects will they slash? You know, the thing is, it's hard to say. it's hard to say what's still greenlit and what's still gold. The only thing for sure is Supergirl. So basically, it's like, well, you know, if it's a you know what's fucked up? James Gunn is right now is trying to rush Batman and Superman to come out, right? The bad part about it is Batman and Wonder. Well, no, he tried to push out. Right now, he's trying to push out Batman and Wonder Woman. Yeah, exactly. The problem is that he's trying to push them out now, where he didn't give a shit about pushing them out. The fact that he knew that this merger was coming, and he didn't know which way the boat was gonna rock. He's now trying to put out that next Superman movie after Supergirl. So you got Superman, Supergirl, and he's filming another Superman right now. See what we're gonna get another whack ass Superman. Dude, slash them all. But don't go back to Snyder. He was better than Gunn, but he wasn't much to write home about. Yeah, I agree. I'd imagine Sparklebat 2 is also greenlit. Oh yeah. Yep. You talking about the new Batman? Yeah, because they already cast it for Two-Face. Sebastian Stan is the new Two-Face. So the fact that he is, and we got all that going on, you know, the Penguin is the only real prominent thing that's come out of that Matt Reeves, the Batman shits. The Penguin's even better than the Batman movie was. So basically, if you put the Batman side by side with the Penguin, I bet you Batman what the fuck his name is, Sparklebat would probably he'll probably lose his shit right there. Lady Miss, what's up? It says the last Superman movie had a superstar in it. The dog. Yup, I like Super Pup. The rest was mostly fast forward. Oh wow. I'm gonna be honest with you, Lady Miss, I hated the dog. I couldn't stand the dog. That dog got on my fucking nerves. I couldn't stand that dog. That dog was so fucking annoying. And the reason why is because Crypto doesn't act like that dog. James Gunn made that dog act like the dog that he adopted. James Gunn's dog acts like that. Crypto, see, that's what I mean. When you have a character, even if it's a fucking dog, and it's a dog, who gives a fuck? Come on now, you know, like people that think like that, they always fucking miss the point. Everything always goes over their fucking head. That's why they're all lost in conversations about this kind of shit. The thing is this: the way Crypto acts, that's not Crypto. I'm just letting you guys know now. If you guys want to see Crypto, I could show you real Crypto. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. How about this, man? You know, just for the sake of let's do this, man. How about this? Y'all want to see this shit? This is Crypto.
I cared about yours.
Who are you?
Everybody get down! Nobody move!
Yo. Now, this is what we should have gotten in the Superman movie. And it's fucked up that we're getting this in a Teen Titans WB what was this? It was what, HBO Max when it was an actual series some years back. And that's a dope ass shirt. I got that shirt. That's a dope ass Superman shirt, man. That's a Superboy Connor Kent. I like this shit. This is, look. Yeah, Crypto's disciplined like a motherfucker. Yeah, he wasn't the real one. Just the whole movie was sort of boring. Superman seemed weak. Yeah, he's very weak, man. Warner Brothers, y'all motherfuckers are in this merger. I hope y'all don't fuck over this this live stream.
What in God's name's going on? You can't come.
And Crypto's a Labrador Retriever, not no little fucking poodle. Like, fuck out of here. That's why they have Crypto on like dog food fucking cans and shit like that. You know, doggy treats and all this other shit. You know, that Warner Brothers and DC, you know, James, like they're trying to like have like sponsorships with at fucking Petco and PetSmart and shit like that. You know, so I mean, but if you want to see real Crypto, this is real Crypto.
Come into my house and order people around. Quiet! Hey!
Ooh.
Shut up!
Stop that! What are you
They hit him with the butt of the gun, and that motherfucker was like hitting metal, like boom, and that motherfucker just like.
doing?
He went harder than Superman. Look.
No, stop that!
Yeah, that the real dog. That's a real dog. But I didn't like the movie as much as the older movies. Maybe too many Superman movies. Oops. I thought he was some kind of mutt terrier cross. Yeah, he's actually a mutt. That's the thing. James Gunn doesn't even know what the dog really is. He's a rescue dog. Oh, I thought it was cute. Maybe this cute little dog that's in my house can replace this Labrador Retriever and what he's supposed to be. Check this shit out.
Stand down! God damn it! I said stand down!
Man. Vigilante, I hope you're seeing this. This is some dope shit right here. And this is a real dog. The other dog, the CGI dog in the Superman movie, was for comic relief. We don't, for a boring movie, yeah. And the movie didn't need that. It didn't need comic relief. It needs Superman to be super. And Superman was anything but super. And that was the problem with that movie. Watch this. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather watch this fight scene over and over and over for like 2 hours than to watch that James Gunn Superman movie. Why? Because I'm watching an actor that's doing a better job, and I like the Superman actor, but he was given a shit script. I'd rather watch this guy fight the SWAT team, and I'd rather watch the real dog fucking do his thing. Look at this shit. Huh. That's what I'm talking about. Let's eat his ass up. Man, I'm telling y'all, this... Come on now. Look at this. Superboy in the Teen Titans WB HBO Max fucking TV show for 1 hour is more Superman than what the fuck we got from James Gunn. This is more Superman. I'd rather sit there and watch this 2-minute clip for fucking 2 hours than watch that bullshit ass Superman movie that I wasted my time watching. Come on, James Gunn, get off your shit, you whack ass poser. This shit. Look at this shit.
Subject targeted. Firing.
That's Crypto, the super dog, being super his damn self. More than that fucking CGI dog on the fucking movie, man. What did she say when she saw that shit? And you know what? We'll watch that shit again.
Subject targeted. Firing.
Fuck. Exactly. Yep. Shit done hit the fan. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. Like, more entertaining. Why couldn't we get like real serious shit? Maybe a little bit lighthearted or whatever. But watch Crypto do some real shit. He running around. He got the fucking heat vision. He's fucking eating up some shit. Come on, man. But nah, we got to get this, puppy chow fucking CGI dog that is a pain in the ass. Says all maligned as the CW and HBO Max verse was, they were way more honorable to the characters. Not Batwoman though, LOL. Well, actually, to be honest, Teen Titans and Stargirl were the ones that went to HBO Max. The CW held on to the Flash and Supergirl and Batwoman and the Legends of Tomorrow and the Arrow and whatever the fuck else But if you remember, Stargirl, I love Stargirl. I have her first appearance. I love Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns has done some cool shit, and he's also done some other shits. And he's a part of what's fucked up with Warner Brothers and superheroes. He's a part of what made that whole thing fail with superheroes and movies and shit like that with Warner Brothers. He's a part of the equation that made everything go to shit. So Jeff Johns is not excused from the conversation, even though a lot of people don't mention him anymore. But Jeff Johns when it comes to comic books, he's that motherfucker there is brilliant. I can't say nothing about the man. That motherfucker there is brilliant, and Stargirl is awesome. I love Stargirl. I have all her. I got all her major appearances in comic books. So I'm just saying, like, shit. But it's funny that James Gunn couldn't even outdo this shit. His most serious shit in his movie doesn't come close to this at all. Look.
I can't.
You know what? On this note right here, justice has been served. This is what he's more heroic, more Superman. Crypto's more crypto. And again, this is HBO Max. So Gunn doesn't have any excuse. He put fucking millions into that shit, and this shit wasn't even as cool as this shit. I don't give a fuck what scene in that movie was happening. Nothing is as more memorable as this. Even with all the scenes of the dog wasn't more badass than what you just saw. And this is HBO Max's version of Crypto. Lady Miss, my girl, she says, yup. Vigilante says, Lois and Superman was a part of these verses as well. Yeah, man. I mean, Lois and Superman. Oh, you talking about the? Well, I tell you what. The Superman and Lois, or the Lois and Superman, the show that just ended. What was that? 5 seasons. That was pretty good. And that's the thing. People don't understand why certain things were good and a bunch of shit was bad. Certain things were good to a point and then got worse. Like The Flash, first few seasons, great. First 3 seasons, everything else, trash. The Arrow, they had an issue of calling him Green Arrow. The actor didn't even want to sport the fucking mustache and the fucking... He's supposed to look like Robin Hood. The actor himself wasn't even down for that shit. Man, fuck all that. That's like having a Superman that he doesn't want a spit curl in his fucking hair. Get the fuck out of here. Or the fucking red trunks. Henry Cavill. I don't give a fuck. He wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it out the dressing room without the red trunks. Even if them bitches had to be burgundy to match the rest of that suit, you was gonna have some trunks on. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, people are just, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I ain't even with that shit. Yeah, the CW did The Flash. Well, first few seasons. Yep, same with the Arrow. And even, like, see, Supergirl was what, on ABC, NBC? And her first few seasons were good when she was there. Then her rights or whatever the fuck went to WB, and then her fucking show was shit. And then that's when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yep, Lady Miss, or Fly. Yep. Why take the part then? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering the same thing. Why take the part if you're not even? They say, hey, what about the mustache? You know, you're supposed to look like Oliver Queen. If anybody knows who Oliver Queen's supposed to be, he's supposed to be Robin Hood with money. Come on, man. You're a fucking actor. Fucking play your part. And I hate how they're giving these actors so much control over their roles that contradict the personality of the character. Like stop having everybody have a fucking say so on how the character's supposed to be. What is gender identity is and all this other. Who gives a like? Y'all cut that shit out, man. Dog, let these characters come out the way they're supposed to. I don't get this shit. Now, this is funny. Now, look, there's this channel, right? It's called Side Quests. I know you guys, hopefully you guys can see it down here at the bottom of the shits. But it's called Side Quests, right? And this dude is actually funny. He does like all kind of impersonations and different things like that. But this is like something he did. You know, he does a lot of wild shit, and he be getting all kind of wild reactions. But he's funny as hell, and I think you guys should check this out. And this is something random that's like video game related, and I figured, man, you guys should really check this shit out. So I'm gonna play this. You guys tell me what you think. What the fuck?
You look like you've held a blade before.
No.
Night's Watch could use a man like you.
Okay, so what's going on? What's up?
Cold winds rise in the north. A threat grows beyond the wall. Join the Night's Watch and fight for the realms of men.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Down for real?
Yeah, I'm down. Where do you want to go?
What's your name, stranger?
Angus.
Sir Angus the Brave.
Yeah.
Lesser men will sing songs of your bravery. To the tavern!
They got fucked up.
You look like you.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. What's up, Lady Miss? I like the first one when the idea was new. Now it's not new, just another slasher, just for slashing. Yeah, actually, yeah. You talking about the first Halloween? Yeah, that was a good one. I love Halloween. But yeah, you like the video? LOL. Yeah. This was pretty cool. I like this. It was different, and I enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what? Now, if you look at it, and actually, I'm actually subscribed to this dude. I'm not bullshitting. See. Now, like I said, he does all kind of shit, but he was funny when he did that. Let me see. Like he also acts like a Jamaican as well. He's done that shit.
Hi, Jon Snow.
The long night approaches.
I like your outfit.
Have you ever held a blade before?
Not that I can remember, but.
LOL, yes, I've seen it on a YouTube, huh?
Maybe you could show me.
When the long night comes, those who cannot fight will die.
Uh-oh, sounds scary. Alrighty, well, good luck with that.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Yo, like I said, this shit is classic, man. It's some good shit. It's interesting. He's like I said, he's done a few of these, and then like he would sit there and ask, and he would act Jamaican, and also like ask him for advice. Like he does voices. Look, check this out.
And trust and believe Jamaican men cheat. They all cheat. They all cheat.
Will never cheat.
Yeah, me.
I'm a Jamaican man. It's not in my relationship vocabulary.
Explain it.
She said me have 3 wives, 2 of them a side chick.
Yeah.
4 baby mother, 3 of them a crosses. One a breed for me now and me a try hide it. She a work around me, she do back service. One way a freak, a taboo she live. Big fat way long the leg she give. A little neat one, me that try style it. Me see her and make her one of the
Jamaica man don't creep. Anytime you see me pan straight, black tint pan the windscreen, tan pan it discreet. 10 gal pack up in a gym. I forget a little side pay.
Like like I said, this guy does all kind of voice. He does all kind of shit. But yeah, Side Quest. So if you guys ain't never heard of him, you know, he does a lot of, you know, different shits. And yeah, he's actually pretty funny. So, you know, I figured for, let's say, LOL, good luck with that. Yeah, I know, right? You know, but, you know, I figured that on that tip, oh, that's right. That's right. That was that. Now I'm gonna say that for tomorrow. That's tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's gonna be something else. Tomorrow, I think I have some. I'm gonna try to pull a stunt tomorrow. So you guys, you know, hopefully, you know, it'll go well. You know, there's a new He-Man video game actually that, you know, now that we're, you know, on to some old, you know, other things. There's a new He-Man video game that's coming out, right? And people have been doing like I think I had some gameplay of it somewhere. I'll have to pull it up. But when I was looking at that, there was a trailer that popped up, right? And the new He-Man video game is like a side scroller. It should be coming out. If it's not out now, it's coming out very soon. And when I saw that, I saw like on the side, you know, like you see here, that they have like a little stack of videos. I was looking at that, and they had this He-Man trailer called The Power of Grayskull. And when I saw it, I was like, you know what? It looks good. We're gonna give this a go. I don't know if it's trash or not, but I wanted to give it a go, and I never seen it. So you guys let me know what you think. But I'm gonna hit the button. It's AI. And who doesn't like He-Man, right? Looks like Castle Grayskull to the T. To the T. Really looks like Evil Lyn, and really, look, I'm sorry, y'all. I wish I can fucking shorten up the picture, bring it up some. I'm not that crafty with OBS yet, so I can manipulate, you know, my little picture, you know, here. When I figure that shit out, I'll let you guys know, and you'll see me doing shit with it. I'm not there yet. I'll figure it out hopefully over the weekend, so I can move it around, make it smaller, all the good shits. But if you can see Beastman, trust me, Evil Lyn. Let me see. Let me see if I can move my shit. Nope. Nah, I can't move my shit. I apologize, but they look exactly the way they're supposed to look.
It is time, Beastman. Look up there.
The Cosmic Comet.
It's time. We'll open the gates of Grayskull.
Wow. Like I said, she looks like Evil Lyn. Not bad. Let me see. When did this come out? This came out 2 months ago and has 108,000 views. Not bad. Not bad. Lady Miss says looks fine. Yeah, looks good. Not bad. Not bad. It's pretty simple. Like I could just imagine that to make the characters look this good, you could tell the dude put some work into it. But the way it's being projected is very simple. Like, it's like, like I've shown a few AI videos where people, where characters are actually like fist fighting and doing all this extra shit. Like, like we were watching like yesterday, the Batman and Deathstroke the Terminator. That's more complicated. That's more, you could tell that's on a different level than this. This is a little bit more simpler, but it doesn't take away from the work that this guy did. I mean, look at it. I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm not talking shit. But what I mean by simpler is there's not a whole lot going on. Like, everything looks great, but nobody's swinging swords. They're not fucking fighting. It's not a whole bunch of explosions, all this other shit. It's done a little bit more simpler. That's all. See, like, it's just a little bit more simpler. This was done a couple months ago. I bet you, like, with Seedance 2.0 or some other shit, I could have seen this looking a little bit more realistic, but it doesn't look bad. And actually, this looks more like He-Man than the actor that looks like He-Man in the new He-Man movie. This looks like what He-Man really was supposed to look like. And Man-at-Arms looks pretty good too, but why he got a face mask? Oh, nah, that...
Well, look who decided to show up. I'm gonna tear you apart, He-Man.
Holy shit. You know what? In a perfect world, this was really what He-Man was supposed to look like. I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen He-Man in comic books. I've seen He-Man in drawings. I've seen He-Man basically like in AI, just like this. We've seen Dolph Lundgren. We're looking at the new actor that's playing He-Man. And honestly, it's crazy that this is AI, but I can actually tell you that when you look into the face of this picture, you can tell this is really what He-Man is actually supposed to look like. Wow.
You're not getting past me, Furface. I'll show you who the real Furface is.
This is good. Sometimes simple is all you need. Yeah, it is. Unless it looks like they're getting ready to fight. Now, I could see the need to get a little bit more, complicated in a fight scene, but just kind of showing characters and having them talk, it seems pretty simple. And I'll tell you like this, if this thing has 108K viewers, people watched it. People, let me see, how many thumbs up? Well, 1.5K thumbs up. So if it had if it has 108 views and only 1.5 thumbs up, that's maybe a little less than 1%, if I'm not mistaken. Or hell, you can just say 1% of the people gave it a thumbs up out of 108, right? I'm wondering if Battle Cat and the new He-Man movie is going to be as beefed up as this. And if He-Man's going to look cool riding on top of a Battle Cat like this. The fuck? I didn't like that. I'm sorry, Lady Miss. Lady Miss, I didn't like this shit. What did we just watch? What's this? I'm not gonna lie to you. They should have edited. They shouldn't have. No. This shouldn't have been on there like that. If you're gonna have He-Man yoke him up, means if you're gonna have He-Man grab him or some shit, do it off of Battle Cat. Don't do it on top of Battle Cat. Like, what the fuck is this? And why does it look like that? You know, I'm going to tell you something. Like, honestly, when a lot of this AI shit's generated and some of these scenes show, like, the dude could have, you know, he had the choice to either use that scene or not. If it was me and it looked as weird as it looked, I would have never used it. I mean, why do I want a picture of He-Man holding Beastman on top of Battle Cat and they're doing all this shit here? Like, what the fuck is all this? Like, fuck it, like that shit. No. I wouldn't have done that. So
You will pay for this, He-Man.
No, Bambi.
did she call him He-Man? Or he? See, that's another problem too. He-Man. He-Man. Listen to that shit. I'm play it over. Listen to this.
You will pay for this, He-Man.
No, Bambi.
They won't bother us for a long time.
I fear they'll scheme again soon. And this was only a test of the cosmic comet's power.
We must stop them before they succeed.
You'll need far more than courage, He-Man. Zagreus will reveal what lies ahead.
And who is he? Sorceress?
The sorceress looks pretty cool. I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of looking at it. Man-at-Arms looks exactly the way he needs to look. He actually looks like he looks like the Man-at-Arms we saw yesterday in the other He-Man video, or was it the day before?
He is a wizard who lives on Zagraz Mountain.
He is the keeper of the comets. Find him quickly.
It's not bad. I like it. This is cool. Yep, and that's exactly the sword. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. This is crazy, ain't it? So, I tell you what, I know I've been probably going for what, maybe 2 hours, if that. I'm gonna go and I'll check out one more video by SideQuest, and let's see if he has one more actual quest. All right, let me see shorts. That way, nah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Link tries to pick up girls.
Hey, I'm Link. How's it going? I saw you sitting here and I had to shoot my hook shot. Do you want to be my Twilight Princess? Fair enough. Nah, me and Zelda don't talk no more. Can I get your number?
Oh wow.
Link.
He got him one. He got him one. Ain't that some shit? That shit actually fucking worked.
Hello there, my friend. It appears I've been accused of domestic violence by my ex-wife.
Did you do it?
I'm a pirate, mate, not a monster.
Hey, man, you can't be doing this.
Why not?
There's no filming in the Oculus.
My friend, you will always remember this. It's the day that you almost caught Captain Jack. Hello there, my friend.
This guy's a trip, man. SideQuest with a Z at the end. So, you know, with that, I know we've I could go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna go grab me something to eat. And I'll tell you what, I had a great time kicking it with y'all. Hopefully I didn't fucking talk y'all ears off. I know I had quite a bit to say, and somewhat a bit opinionated about some things, but just had to call it how I see it when it comes to certain things that doesn't look right. So I said what I said, and it is what it is. But other than that, I had a great time kicking it with y'all. This was cool. This was super fun. Thank you, 20. I have a fabulous rest of your evening. You know what, Lady Miss? Tomorrow, I'm going to come on. And I have this thing, right? There's this thing that I've seen. I've watched it years ago. And it's actually like a little story to kind of go along with it. It's maybe about 30, 40 minutes long. I know it's probably long-winded, and there's going to be a shitload of pauses in between. But I'm going to try to figure it out, you know. We're going to look at it. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. You know, I'm trying to go down like a little rabbit hole with this thing that I'm going to show y'all tomorrow. And, you know, hopefully it'll be cool and, you know, we can have some fun and enjoy it. But with that being said, I appreciate you, Lady Miss, for, you know, hanging out with me. Appreciate you, Vigilante, for kicking it with your boy, and everybody else that's out there listening and hanging out, lurking or whatever. You know, thank y'all for, you know, being there, you know, with me and for me. And I appreciate everything you guys do. So with that, you guys have a good night. Okay, sounds good. Oh, all right, cool. You'll definitely see something of me pop up for tomorrow, and I call them pop-up lives. Why? Because I never know what time I'll pop up. I'll just come on when I come on, and you know, and we'll just get it started then. But I'll pop up tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll definitely be earlier than I did today because it's Saturday, and you know, just looking forward to having a good time with y'all. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me. You guys have a great evening. And if you watch anything cool, see anything cool or whatever, when we catch back up, let me know if, you know, what you saw, you know, anything worth or anything crazy like some of this shit that I put on. If you see anything worthwhile, anything crazy, whatever, let me know. I'll pull the shit up and, you know, we'll give it a go if you think it's, you know, is worth, you know, showing off to everybody. So with that being said, you guys take care. LOL, yup. All right. Lady Miss, you guys have a good evening and y'all take care, and thank y'all for always having my back. So with that being said, it's your boy 24/7 here with 20